Family and horses, that's always been the way for Paul Manganaro. Hailing from a family very well known in horse racing circles, he joined forces with David Ingordo and trainer Cherie DeVoe to form Belladonna Racing. Coming off of a very successful 2019 season, now he looks forward to what 2020 may bring.
I was about 9 years old, and it was a family affair. My uncle was a plasterer by trade, as was my father and my grandfather. And when my grandfather retired, his only interest was horse racing. So we started to claim horses at Suffolk Downs in the early 1970s. It definitely starts with the love for the horse and the animal. I remember going to the track in the morning, hear the pounding of the hoofs and the nostrils flaring, and then it just developed from there into the competitive nature of the sport, the people you get to meet from a diverse background, and the thrill of going to an auction and on race day. I remember my summer before my senior year at the University of Massachusetts, my good friend and roommate Ned Toffey, who's now the general manager at Siena Farm, we decided we didn't have any girlfriends, we didn't have a job, so we came down and lived in Lexington for the summer. I took a class at UK, and we toured all the farms during the day. I mean, we really had a good opportunity back then to see horses like Alleged, Affirmed, and Alley Dar, and Seattle Slew. And unfortunately, we were just greenhorns at that time. And I remember we have a book of notes, physical notes on these horses, and most of it just says, nice big brown horse. So it evolved from that to, now my buddy, like I said, is the general manager of Siena Farm. And from racing a few horses to breeding a few, now I own about a portfolio of about 25 stallion shares, do multiple foal shares and mare shares during the course of the year, small broodmare band, and now I'm at an all-time high with my racing stable. And I've learned in this business over the years, you see people from most successful businesses in the world at the highest point, they've had everything go right in their lives, still turn into little children when their horses win. There's nothing like it because the lows are pretty low, but the highs are extremely high. And you really have to be humble and respect the opportunity you're given. Without a doubt, the most pleasure I get out of being in this industry is the common bond it provides between different generations of families, the friendships you make, the people you meet. I remember growing up, I'd call my grandfather on race day and we'd talk about races, and then he passed away. I'd talk to my father about it, my uncle Frank about it, and my uncle Anthony, who now is the owner of Siena Farms. He and I are the last two left. That common bond that we were able to share, either after win or loss, was very special. That's been the biggest reward I've received.